Welcome to the Listen Lounge. Today is Sunday, March 18th. My name is Chad.
My name is Moses.
It's your boy Grizzy.
Listen, Grizzy, thank you for being here.
No.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having me. It's definitely thank y'all for having me. For real.
Of course. So the goal of this podcast is to create a platform for local media and performance artists in the Boston area. Personally, I feel like, especially opposed to other states, other cities, you don't get the support locally from the radio, or really any type of platforms that are out there. They really don't support local artists. I think a lot of it is ignored, and so we wanted to kind of help change that.
Fair enough. Why you think that is though? Why y'all think that is?
I feel like it's mostly because like Boston is just one of those culturing, like it's like jazz. It's literally like jazz. It's like a big mesh of a whole bunch of music, and no one don't know how to pick their style. You have people in Austin who are really about that, indie feel stuff, and then you have people in like the hood and Dorchester that's really about that like Atlanta flow type stuff. That
Fair enough.
that real trap shit, and there's people that are in between. They don't know what they want.
I mean, I kind of feel like it could be a mix of things. I think that a lot of times everybody looks for you to show and prove first before they want to put you on, rather than kind of help build and grow. A lot of times is what I see, and like especially if you're already an established radio station, to have to, well, not to have to, but to like make that decision that I'm gonna play this man's record versus Drake. You're gonna have to be able to make that decision make sense to your bosses. They're gonna ask you, why are you giving this person primetime spots when we got people that'll actually keep people listening to the radio.
Right.
So I think that's a big part of it. And then another side, because I don't know, I'm not the person that's making those calls at record labels and whatnot. Like, it could just be that not everybody here, like the talent level here, isn't on the same par. But I don't think that that's the case.
I definitely feel like it's like that. I don't know. I kind of feel like as far as Boston music go, like the music scene, like I don't feel like Boston's really like developed their own sound. Like Boston kind of close to New York, so we kind of ride what New York wants to do, and then now Atlanta kind of got the game right now, so it's kind of like Boston, and we live in the projects, but now it's bandos or whatever it is, and it's like we don't have our sound, and we just, I don't know, maybe it's just a comfort thing, like niggas just don't want to run with it or whatever, but.
Yeah, I think that's real. I think that a lot of people, from what I've heard, a lot of people sound, or they try to sound like Who's Hot Now.
Yep.
And just definitely switch their style up to be like Who's Hot Now. When the fact is that the hot style always changes, because it's always that person that's coming out with a new sound that's gonna get that clout. And they gotta come out with a new sound and do it well and do it right.
Is there any local artists y'all messing with right now?
Right now, I'm working on a project with Jay Sinatra.
Okay.
He recently just dropped an EP an album called Skateland.
Okay.
And it's pretty smooth. It's like on some J. Cole type stuff. You know, very, very storytellers, very, bumping.
What J. Cole though? Like nigga losing his virginity J. Cole, or like or primetime J. Cole?
More time. Yeah,
I mean,
more
vintage.
Yeah. Nah, recent J. Cole is like, I think everyone is just falling in love, and the art's just dying.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
21 Savage and Amber Rose, so long, 21. I'll catch you later.
I mean, I think a big part of that is just like, who's gonna buy music? Like, who's paying for an album?
No, it's definitely like that 12 to 26-year-old demographic. So they got to tailor it to them. But how was y'all weekend though? St. Patty's weekend.
And weekend was solid. First of all, I hit up my cousin just to chill because he's getting ready to get married. So I was like, yo, let's get together, buy you a drink or whatever. And we walk into the bar, and some Asian nigga, not even a white dude, this Asian nigga pokes his head out the crowd and was like, "This day's not for you."
Damn.
He's like, "This day's not for you." I'm like, damn.
I feel like Irish people celebrating Martin Luther King's Day. They celebrating Kwanzaa.
Exactly. That's real. That's real.
I mean, it's an excuse to get a nice little buzz, ride a nice little wave for the weekend, though.
Like you said, it's not a holiday.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The nigga told me that shit last night. It was my first time really getting drunk in the brick too. Like I woke up this morning with a headache.
Damn.
Feeling old. You wake up and you're like, damn, like, I'm actually old now.
Yeah. Like not in your teens anymore. Like you can't be doing that.
You have no idea.
You have no idea. Of course not. I'm the young in here, but you still you can't be doing that.
Up, like, can't move.
Nah, yeah. I mean, thankfully the Lord blessed me with dark skin genes, so I wake up every day refreshed. I can play ball faded. You know what I mean? We can do it all faded. Yeah, no, St. Patty's Day.
Medium skin color.
Hey, black don't crack. That's all I know.
Yeah, it definitely don't.
The thing about St. Patty's is like I was actually looking up a post, and someone says that it's crazy how we have a whole month to black people have a whole month to themselves to celebrate black individualness, like black culture, like how far we came as a whole community, and we get fucked up on a white person's holiday with them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm probably the wrong guy. I don't really celebrate Black History Month. Like, I'm not really. I feel like it's kind of like a backhand type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can't really celebrate Martin Luther King's Day. After, you know what I mean? You can't murk the man, then give the man a holiday. Like, it don't work like that. It's kind of wild, but I just. It is a little wild, you know what I mean? That's for another episode. We just black people just gotta embrace their culture a little bit more 365 days.
Shouldn't just be a month.
Yeah, but
shouldn't just be a month. It shouldn't just be like a couple days that you celebrate black culture. If you really want, I feel like if you really want to support it, if you really want to see it do well, then that's something that you gotta dedicate your life to doing that every day.
Fair enough.
Which is hard to say because honestly, like, I can't say that I'm only buying black. I can't say that I'm only selling to black people, you know, like I can't say that everything that I do on a daily is with the progression of black people in mind anyways, you know? So it's a tough statement to make, but
that's real.
It's a fact.
We're at Black History Month, but we don't have to really talk about that right now. We want to move on to who you are, Gregory, and what you do here.
Man, I just been running, just trying to grind, just trying to get it. But right now, my main thing right now is Grizzly Beard Butter. Y'all had some beards. You got.
If y'all had some beards.
Nah.
It's a baby beard. It's growing.
Nah, I definitely got something for y'all. I definitely got some beard butters for y'all. But yeah, man. Like you said earlier. Just trying to grow with like black people. It's definitely harder. Like I don't know why. Just trying to grow a business with black people is black people a little funny like that, but a little alternative, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's definitely wild. It's definitely been a blessing though. Like everything's been a blessing. The growth, business growth. Everybody, thank you for all the supporters. And thank you for everything. Everything's definitely been a blessing.
What is Grizzly Beard?
Grizzly Beard Butter. We definitely grizzlybeardbutter.com. We sell beard care products. So from everything, the beard oils, beard butters. Shampoos, conditioners, apparel.
It's all natural?
All natural, 100% vegan, no GMOs, created in small batches, so it's not like that. Mass produced bullshit. All natural is good for your skin. You can rub it on your elbows. I'm not a nigga that likes to lotion up, so you know what I mean? You throw it on your kneecaps, you about to go play ball, throw a little something on. But it's mad different flavors in them, so it's definitely growing. It's definitely growing though.
How long you been doing this for?
I've been doing it for just under like taking it to that next level for like under about to hit a year. And it's been doing good. Like I've just been doing it on my own, just making my own shit, and then just kind of the light bulb went off. Just why can't I just do it on my own? Just do it for myself.
Yeah. While I was on that, like you said, it's hard to really get people to get together and build a business, especially black people.
Yep.
So I do want to ask a little bit more about like why you think that is. But before we get into that, what is it that you like that when that decision came to you to just go ahead and do it yourself? Like, what does it take to push through the fact with like people flaking on you when like you're not able to manage things with people and you just take
Like,
it upon yourself?
yeah. If anybody knows me, like I'm just like a hustling ass nigga.
True.
I didn't try to make money doing everything. So I'm all for like teamwork and unity, because like trying to grow a business, you definitely got to have vision, and you definitely got to know that you can't do it yourself. Like it's definitely a team. It's a team effort with whatever you want to do in life. So it started with that. And I'm sorry, what was your question again?
Just like
I'm already glasses.
I'm the same way, but just like when you find yourself trying, like, all right, cool, like, I'm gonna do this with this person, and then boom, that falls through, and you're like, all right, cool. Like next time, you know, like, oh, they hit you with the, like, oh, like, let's do this a couple days from now, and they like a couple days from now, it's the same shit, and then you try someone else, it's the same shit.
Honestly, it's like it sound fucked up, but when you're on that mission of life, like you can't have like. Not everybody can make the ride. Like it's fucked up. It sounds fucked up, but it's real truth. It's really the truth. Like you're not gonna see wolves hanging out with pigeons. You're not gonna see fucking lions hanging out with mice. Like they just don't run in packs together. So and everybody can't make the ride. Some people want to make the ride. Some people, but everybody can't make the ride. So you gotta find the people who are definitely trying to get it, who's trying to get to where you're trying to go, or who already been where you're trying to go, so they can try to help you navigate. But it's about first is finding the right people who got your back regardless, right or wrong, to let you know. And then you gotta say fuck niggas, because it really you can't like try. Well, everybody's been there, whether it's been in a relationship dealing with somebody or. You just gotta press your
same shit.
You just gotta get it done, and I don't got the answers. I'm still trying to figure out things, but I do know that you just gotta say fuck them and just try to get it done. Just persevere through everything. Just keep going, head down. Just keep going. It is what it is, and you just gotta put people in them boxes. Like, yo, we still cool. It's not no. We just on the work tip, on the work level, on the business level, like we don't mesh too well. So
well, there are some people who like really share the same vision as you, have been through certain elements, but are just slacking. Like, what do you do with them? Like, do you just tell them like, yo, I need you to pick up your fucking weight and just keep moving with me, or do you just leave them behind there and what it is what it is?
I mean, each situation varies, but if it's a team thing and everybody's trying to work to a goal, then like if we're on a team and we're working to get to a championship, if you're not waking up every morning like, I need to get to this champ, I don't really want to be on your team, and like, and that's just it's not no disrespect, but it is what it is. Like if we're not on the same mindset, then you can't row the boat this way and somebody else is being lazy trying to go the other way. We all have lazy days or whatever. We're not feeling right, and that's part of being a team player, of picking people up. But you can definitely pick. Everybody needs to be picked up sometimes, but you definitely can't carry niggas. When somebody wants something, like, I can't describe it. Like that shit you just wake up, like, I don't know, like when I really can't put it into, like, when you about to get your first car. Like, you doing whatever you gotta do, like whatever you gotta do, like, and that's how it should be with any business or any endeavor that you're trying to do in life, especially growing up. If you don't really want it, it gotta burn through you. It gotta. I can't really put it into words, but it's definitely something that burns through you, and you gotta have that fire.
No spectators.
Like, and that's what makes the game fun, like, 'cause you get to shine on them, like.
I don't want the recipe, but like. What's probably one of your favorite ingredients in your beard products?
To start off, we always use all natural mango shea butter. There's a difference between regular shea butter and the mango shea butter. Like, the mango is really good for your skin. But that's probably the biggest thing. The mango shea butter. That's one of my favorite ingredients. But all the beard butters, they all have different scents, different flavors. So there's about 15 different ones. So, like I said, just log on grizzlybeardbutter.com, and you can enter the code Listening Lounge and receive 30% off your order. Just for everybody listening. Thank y'all for having me too. Like,
Thank you for having us, man.
Real talk, yeah.
No. It's, like I just love seeing people trying to do unconventional shit out the box because there's too many. Like we live in a society with people just followers and just want to do the same shit, and like that's just not. That's just
too many Travis Scotts.
Yeah, there's a crazy commercial that Travis is my guy too, man.
Too many Travis Scotts.
Nah, but there's a dope commercial that comes on that it's a Microsoft commercial, but it's with Common, and he talks about like we have more power at our fingertips than we've ever had.
Generation.
And it's the truth. Like one of my favorite rappers right now is Nipsey. Y'all. He one of his songs he said there's like a little he's just talking at the end, but he's like this time right now is like the gold rush. It's like the gold rush of 1849, and like when it's all said and done, I want my kids to be like, damn, my dad was on his shit. Like you know what I mean? He was trying to
lived it.
Yeah, he was trying to. It's definitely a gold rush, and you just gotta everybody just gotta persevere. All the tools is here, like. You know what I mean? You called me up. We got everything set up.
Yeah.
20 years ago, this shit would have had to knock on a radio A&R trying to schedule time and like
basically snail mail.
Yeah,
It'd take like 3 weeks for you to know that I'm interested.
Yeah, no, it's real. So the tools is here, and everybody just got to be inspired and want to get it. That's the main thing, just being inspired.
Yeah, I think that it's like I've been finding, and it sucks because like like when you was younger, everybody would tell you, they'll just do it, just do it, just get it done, right? And you're like, yeah, I mean, like, whatever, it's not that easy. But then, like, as you get older, you start to realize, like, the only thing that's stopping me from doing anything is me doing it.
That's
Once you start doing it, you're in the rhythm and you go.
That's 100% true. Like, the power of the mind is not a fucking joke. It's not a joke. Like, it's all that stuff your parents used to say to you used to sound cliche-ish and just work hard. It's the truth. It sound corny. When you start trying to reach different levels in life, and you're like, damn, this shit, it's hard. It's definitely more work, but you gotta put the work in.
But even still, like everything that I've done, anything that I didn't do when I was younger, that I decided to do as I got older, after doing it, the level of work was completely doable, completely manageable, and it was more rewarding. Like, I think the biggest example I could use is school, and I'm still not done. But like the difference between me as a student at 18, having all the knowledge and being in the practice of going to school for X amount of years, right, was still like, nah, I really, like I don't care about the homework. I'm not really trying to hit the classes. But then, and it could have been a little bit of a difference too, is that now that I'm older, I'm paying for it. Like, that's out of my own pocket now.
Yeah.
But I'm a straight A student, I'm a straight A student, and I'm working full time. I'm like, damn, when I was 18, I wasn't working. I was at the courts busting your ass. But like, that was my day job, hit the courts, go to work, and then go to classes, and really flunk that hard. So flunk out.
No, that's like that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Do y'all feel like an education is important in life, or?
Okay.
Cause I know a lot of people.
I'm gonna let you answer this, and then I'm gonna last.
Let me ask y'all.
So here's how I feel. Right. I'm an econ major.
Okay.
Right. I feel like first your question, right? Like specifically, yes, an education is necessary, and like you need to be well educated. You need to be a versatile adult. Do I think that you need to go to a college? I think a college education is necessary. No.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that getting a college education is a good decision? No. From a financial standpoint. Absolutely 100% no. Like you ever get that Facebook message from your boy you ain't heard from in like a year and a half, and it's like, yo, bro, you got time for a meeting? Right? And you go to and you're like, you know what? Sure, dog, I ain't seen you in the grip, like whatever, I'll do you the favor. And you go to the meeting in some job where you gotta pay $100, and then all of a sudden you'll start making a whole bunch of money, right? Doing some multi-level marketing bullshit, whatever. Anyways,
pyramid scheme.
How's that different, right? The school's like, give me $100,000 and you'll make some money someday.
Mm-hmm.
That don't sound right.
Yeah.
I think education for me, because I'm still going through school. Like I'm like, I think it's my third semester.
Okay.
It's tedious.
Yep.
It's very tedious. Like I've struggled with school my whole life, from like when I was young to like now, and I feel like even for the stuff that I'm trying to do now, you really don't need school. You just need convincing people.
Yeah.
I've learned that this right here, once you retain so much information and you understand how people work, you can, I'm gonna say, manipulate your way through getting anything you want.
Yeah.
You know, I recently, like, I'm gonna do that when people, I do acid. I drop acid tabs, like.
Oh, okay.
And to be honest with you, no, like, yeah, like, people right, you like, that's the reaction that I always get from people. It's like, oh shit, okay, you doing like. You doing psychedelics, kid? Like, yeah. But the thing about it is, it's a whole new world. It's not like shrooms. It's not like weed. It's like your brain honestly unlocks itself, and you start figuring shit out, and you start seeing shit for really what it is. Like, my first trip I ever had was at my house. Of course, I was in a safe environment. Yeah. Second trip, I'm never going outside on acid again. The worst decision. Like, I learned, like, I was sitting down and I was like, why am I in this predicament? What caused me to be in this predicament where I feel like I can't pay my rent? I feel like I don't need to go to school because I need to pay my rent. Like, honestly,
how much does acid cost?
$10 a tab. If you want some good shit, $20. But a good acid tab is gonna run you about $10.
Why would anybody pay for cheap acid? Like, why would somebody cut corners on acid?
To be honest with you, I've gotten some like cheap acid that really did wonders.
Okay.
Better question: why you buying acid if you can't pay your rent?
You know, as a youngest sibling, I'm gonna fight you after this. But because we're on camera...
Nah. I'm gonna, as your older sibling, I'm gonna fight you after this.
Okay, alright, that's okay.
For buying acid when you can't pay your rent.
Well, I mean, my rent was already paid. It's always gonna be. It is always gonna be paid. I was actually paying half of my rent. My aunt was helping with the other half. But education altogether, I feel like is redundant. I think a lot of kids nowadays should not, because we're in debt. We're in so much debt from school.
Yeah, I mean, and if I could ask, where are y'all families from? Like, are y'all from the islands? Y'all like?
Yeah.
All right. Was like an education stress heavy in the home?
Yeah. My mother's stressed education. My mother's got her master's in social work. Shout out Mom Dukes. Okay. Roberta, I love you.
Green.
But yeah, like my mother always stressed education very much. And don't get me wrong, do I think that there are things to be gained by going to college? Yes. Like, I think that the number one thing that college teaches you is how to network. You gain the versatility. Yeah. You gain the versatility that you don't get. Like, honestly, I dropped out when I was 19 and just started working. And like, sure, for like a solid 3-4 years, I was making a lot of money, and all of my peers were making like 20 grand a year and taking classes. And so like, I felt good. But then when everybody got out, you know, they started getting more legit, like everybody's got legit jobs and connections. And that's the big thing, is the connections. And I'm like, damn, like I know how to sell cars.
Yep.
But that's it. Like, I don't have connections that I've made other than going to do the same shit somewhere else, you know? Like, I think that there's definitely like there is something to be gained by going to college.
Hell yeah.
For sure. But I do understand that it's expensive as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so Glen Davis got arrested.
Oh shit, yeah.
Is it bad that I don't know who Glen Davis is?
A little bit, but I mean, he's an artist, he's not an athlete.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is it that
Glen
dude?
Baby Davis.
Oh, okay, alright, yeah. You played football?
Wow. Okay.
See, I don't know. I'm a musician. I don't know.
If y'all don't know, Glen Baby Davis, he was in the NBA. He won a championship here in Boston, and I think earlier this week or a few days ago, he was caught in a hotel room in Atlanta with about a QP of weed. I think he had like $96,000 in cash, and they said, light. Something light, and a few baggies.
It's that Thursday night, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It was a little wild. But shout out Glen Baby, Big Baby. Some tough waters right now, but I know you get through it.
You think he was really distributing though?
I mean, you're not gonna have $92,000 in a QP. Like, that don't make it. You could
have like gotten that.
For no reason.
But that just may be his carrying cash, and like when you got money, the QP is just like you just walking around with it, like
Right.
Let me ask you a question. If you make Glen Davis money, are you gonna carry around 92 grand cash?
You know what I mean? I'm just praying to make 92 cash this year. So like, I can't speak on that. But you know what I mean? But if that's just what he walks around, that might be his monthly allowance. Like he probably start off the beginning of the month with 100 and work his way down. And it is what it is. I mean, definitely wild. You know, I know sometimes the media paints a picture, but. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was wild. How'd y'all on March Madness brackets look?
Man, I was
Don't
late.
even ask me.
You don't gotta ask him. I was late. My boy sent me the link on, what was it, Saturday morning? Mm-hmm. And, no, it wasn't Saturday, whatever day it was. But I didn't sign up before 12. Okay. The games already started on me. I've been watching those games crazy. How's your bracket?
I don't do brackets. I'm like probably what they'd call like a modern age like degenerate gambler, but like the week.
Gotta get how you live.
Yeah, it started off good. You know what I mean? I just want to one time fuck you, Virginia. You know what I mean? Tony Masterson, whatever your name is, bum ass niggas. Nah, they fucked me up. It was a good week. We still positive though, but it was a good week though.
Yeah, man. I didn't put no money on it, so I just been watching the games. There's some good games out there.
Hell yeah.
You ever watch them though, and you be like, yo, bust that nigga's ass.
I think like I'm not gonna say I'm Jordan or nothing. I think if I really applied myself to basketball, like back in the day, I definitely could have played college ball. I'm not saying D1 or anything. Like I think if I really applied myself, I just never really really cared about ball like that. It never was.
Yeah.
I never like.
It was life.
I had
it wasn't life.
Dreams. Ball was life. You already know, man. There was a point where I did not leave the court. I was there all day.
Oh, you thought you was going to the league at 25, overseas contract?
Nah, I thought honestly I was gonna be in the league by like 20, 21.
Okay.
Back in those days. But yeah, honestly though, I do think that the level of talent in Cambridge is pretty high. So just like balling, like I think Iobel could hold his own outside of the city. I don't know about in the city, but outside of the city,
damn, I hear competition.
It'd be solid. Anyways, while we on the topic,
my name up, bro.
No. Honestly, he was number 1, 14 and under. 14 and under, he was probably like a number 2 ranked player in the city of Cambridge. Nigga was tapping on everybody. Nah.
While we on the topic of the NCAA March Madness, the viewership that they get, right? Because I've been hearing this a lot, and I haven't really done my research. Like the viewership that they get, you think that they deserve to be paid?
Oh, I definitely feel like college athletes, I feel like they do get paid. They just get paid under the table, and
they get in trouble if they get caught.
And it's kind of like I feel like it's once you start paying them, you're gonna open a can of worms. Because only 2% of athletes actually go professional. College athletes actually go professional. Mm-hmm. And you're not, you know what I mean, college basketball, college football, things like that, they bring in good monies for schools. But you're not going to tell me that, like, Ayton, who's supposed to be the number 1 pick, is going to get the same money should get the same money monthly that a female, or no disrespect, it could be a male lacrosse at fucking Loyola Marymount or whatever should be getting. Mm-hmm. They definitely, but they do get paid though. Like you got to kind of be naive to think that they're not getting paid. Yeah.
Well, but I mean, like, all right. So March Madness, arguably, is one of the highest watched sporting events in college sports in NCAA, right? So, like, shouldn't they get paid for that? Like, if I go, I think that they should at least get paid during March Madness by the round, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean they should definitely like, and I think it's like honestly like a bigger systematic problem with the NCAA. More so than getting paid, like football players and basketball players, which are all predominantly black, they're not allowed. They have to go to college. Football you have to go for 3 years. Basketball you have to go for 1 year. Any other sport, if you're a golf player, you can leave and just go professional and get paid. you're a soccer player, you can just leave and go get paid. Football, I kind of understand because you can't be an 18-year-old playing against 26-year-old developed grown men.
Yeah.
But basketball is kind of like you're telling me LeBron would have to, if he came up right now, he'd have to go to school for a year. It's systematic, and it's kind of, the roots run deeper than just paying basketball play. But I think they should get paid. They should get something. Like I'm kind of tired of like the rhetoric of they're getting a free education, they're getting free housing. Like that's all bullshit. That's that's nothing. That's
giving you that plus more.
That's pennies on the dollars, like you said. You know what I mean? All the student athletes, is the money they're making with March Madness, that it's done covered all the student athletes, education, room and board, and some more. Like it's definitely it's a fundamental issue that needs to be worked on.
Yeah.
On the topic of sports, you think Mayweather's gonna beat Conor McGregor's ass in that UFC fight?
No.
Oh, they actually fighting?
Yeah, no, that's an actual thing.
Oh, they actually fighting?
Fight him in a cage, yeah.
Oh, nah, Floyd got no chance. But
let me fact check this real quick. Floyd definitely has no chance in the octagon.
No
with
chance.
Conor McGregor.
But Floyd is a hell of a businessman, though. Floyd, like, he's smart though, because he might get his ass whooped in the octagon, but it's not going to count against his quote unquote boxing career. So
right,
he's
sure.
Still going to be undefeated, and he's probably still going to walk away with $1 billion payday.
Right.
And, you know what I mean? He might be licking his wounds at the club at Dre's. You know what I mean? With $1 billion purse.
I mean, either way, he's gonna make a shitload of money.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna make a lot of money off of it, and like you said, it's not going against his boxing record.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty boss how he held it down though, because I mean, he did what Floyd does, and he won the fight. Like, he beat the shit out of McGregor. You know, I was glad to see that. Everybody's talking shit. I'm like, yo, like, he's still a real good boxer.
Yeah.
But
don't sleep.
Floyd does the thing where he's just like, all right, let me get you tired, and then I'm gonna really fuck you up. Like, I mean, I don't know. I just think I think any fight should just be getting right to the point. Just.
Yeah, you ever try to hit a nigga and miss?
I understand.
Not really.
I totally understand from like the entertainment like perspective. Yeah, it's not the most glamorous. Niggas just dueling it out, but like he's a tactician at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not really a fan of boxing, but I do gotta tip my hat off to greatness when you do see it. But I totally agree with you. I don't like seeing niggas ducking and dodging. But like I just want to see niggas getting right to it. Some brawlers.
Underground shit.
Yeah, I mean that's more fun. That's more exciting. But that's not even. Well, I guess you do see that in his weight class too. But
yeah,
it's still like it's interesting to watch him fight.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees things, especially watching fights in slow motion. He sees things that you're not gonna see.
No.
You know, he dodges things that you don't think that he dodged. Like if you're watching it, it looks like he's getting hit, and then you see the replays, and he's not getting touched.
No.
He's not getting touched. Yo, I seen a meme. Pretty much it drops after every fight. Every fight that he has, this meme drops, and it's like everybody has a plan until their first 100 punches miss.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And
what you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Get hit.
Just hopefully you got enough stamina. But how y'all I want to ask y'all how y'all feel about Trump going to go meet with the president or dictator or whatever he is of North Korea? Y'all think that's like good towards relations, political relations?
I think that
forward?
Donald Trump talking to people is not good for public relations. Like
at all.
Like nah.
At all.
He's not a diplomat.
You can't have a bigot talk to a dictator. You can't. It just won't go well.
Did y'all vote for Trump?
Of course not. Come on, get out of here. I mean, while election time was coming close, I was agreeing with people that were voting with Trump.
Hold on, we're gonna run this back. Did you vote?
I vote for Hillary. Oh, of course, I would rather have Hillary in office, even though she killed mad agents. But I would rather have her than Trump, because honestly, Trump is just, dude, just does this. He does this, and you don't know how to do this, and literally, like, you want to arm teachers instead of just putting up metal detectors and having a security guard right there. They do that with all schools, not even just like...
Nah, they do that with schools in the hood.
Do that with all schools.
It is delicate though, because I mean no disrespect, but the school in Florida where the shooting occurred, then in the security officer wasn't he in his whip hiding or some shit?
Mm-hmm. The cop didn't run in.
I mean, he was in his whip. Like, what are you gonna do? I mean,
but I don't think that arming teachers is a good idea for sure.
No, I think assault rifle. I think all weapons should be banned. I don't even think
do that either. I don't agree with that.
I do feel
assault rifles at least.
I think.
I was gonna say I do feel like if there was a teacher in the class, if there was a designated teacher who kept the hammer on them in the classroom, that would keep a lot more of these crazy niggas at bay. Like if the nigga knows I'm gonna go shoot up the school tomorrow, which one of the teachers, like niggas gonna have to write down all the teachers on the list and really have to choose like who the hell got the joint on them, and it's gonna make you think twice about it.
Mm.
I mean, this is gonna sound fucked up, but I mean, if I'm taking the time to plan out a whole school shooting, I'm gonna have a pretty good idea of who's got it, and that's gonna be the person that you go after first. I feel like that puts the target on you too. I mean, you know teachers.
Yeah.
I don't know any teacher that wants to carry a gun to school.
I mean, it's definitely touchy. It's definitely a touchy subject, but I don't know, man. It's definitely touchy.
Yeah.
Definitely touchy.
Back to like Trump meeting with like Korea's leader and all whatnot. I mean, I remember when Obama. I was watching something today. Obama was like trying to talk to other people outside their country.
He's trying to talk to him.
Exactly.
He's trying to talk to Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un, and like everyone was like, "This dude's gonna fuck up the United States. This dude's going to
That's
really."
Fox News.
It is just
Fox News.
Exactly.
Like Barack Obama, so they're gonna hit him with the what he's doing is bad, what he's doing is bad, what he's doing is bad. So everybody else could be like, "Fuck Barack Obama." Mm-hmm. That's what, you know.
So what y'all think is the best recourse? Because I feel like there's definitely been like 3 different president-elects that have been in office who tried communicating with this man with what's his name, Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
I don't pronounce it wrong.
I think it's Kim Jong-un.
But we tried for years trying to communicate with this man since George Bush Jr. or the second George Bush, and to no avail. Like,
yeah.
Well, North Korea's not really trying to hear shit from anybody. North Korea's kept their people oppressed for the past, I mean, probably damn near 100 years. Mm-hmm. You know, there have been advancements. No, North Korea is in the Stone Age, but the leader is in 2018. Mm-hmm. Like, he's here. Mm-hmm. He's got all the shit. He's got, like, you still got families that wear rags to work and pick corn, you know? Mm-hmm. And that's their primary source of income. They're out here farming rice and shit. Mm-hmm. And then that's like, you know, like how they lived 100 years ago, like legit. And he's just hogging the shit. Like, he's not trying to hear anything from anybody. Mm-hmm. I do think that somebody needs to talk to him. I think that if, like, right now Donald Trump is the president, and if he's the person that's gonna go talk to him, then that's what's gonna have to what's gonna have to happen. But I honestly, one thing that I do think, I do believe that Donald Trump is not as much of an idiot as we think he is.
I 100% agree with that. Like, I think he definitely knows how to work a crowd and work reactions, and he's a puppeteer. Like, and I mean, I don't vote, period. Like, I just don't vote, because it's kind of, you asking me, like, do I want to get shot in the head with a shotgun choosing Hillary, or do I want to, like, jump off a 1,000-story building? Like, either or is poison. But mm-hmm. I mean, he's definitely, like, I feel like any president really is a puppet. Like, but he's definitely, he knows how to work a crowd, get people riled up, and he does it to a T. And you got to have enough vision and know how to navigate and look through the bullshit. But it's definitely some crazy times we living in. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see no. Maybe I'm overlooking the seriousness of it because I don't actually have to. But I don't see North Korea as a threat to our country or our existence at all. You know, it's not. I don't wake up like, damn, like what's that nigga doing over there? Like, yeah. I do think that he's somebody that can get out of hand. Mm-hmm. He's legit a crazy person. He's honestly, he's Donald Trump. He's what he is. So I'm like, damn, we gotta regulate that guy, and if we gotta have this crazy nigga regulate that guy,
it's like having your loudmouth friend talk for you to someone who knows that they're gonna beat you up. Like it's just like it's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna go bad. You can't really have that. I don't know. This could honestly open up a nuclear war. I feel like Trump might even die overseas.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can go a lot of different ways.
I don't think that anybody would try that shit.
What, going after Trump?
Nobody's gonna try to assassinate the president of America.
Shit, America's already assassinated like 3 of their own presidents already.
America's assassinated.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? But
Touche.
But nobody else is out here trying to, nobody wants that smoke.
Yeah.
Except for Russia.
Yeah.
I think Russia wants it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely some testy times.
Russia's out here, what are you gonna do about it? Yeah, fuck your election. To do something.
I also think Trump and Kim Jong-un will become best friends.
That's not a good thing, though.
I think they'll become best friends. But it might open up nuclear negotiations.
For who? In what way?
Just like trying to get them allied, because they never
Nobody wants North Korea as an ally.
That's true, but you never know. It could, in the long run, be a good thing.
I think the relationship has been too severed at this point. I think they may be able to work something that, like, come to an understanding, but I don't know. It's definitely been going on for a long time, and I mean, we didn't want them to have a system. This has been just them building their nuclear, their weapon cache. But now that they actually have it, like, now they went from the infancy stage of we don't want you with like plutonium or whatever. Now it's like we don't want you flying testing missiles. They already got the capabilities.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of them honing their shit in. Like, we can kind of get close to California, kind of not. But once they get the capabilities to truly pinpoint their shit, then it's where do we go from there type shit.
Yeah. And what sucks about it is that because they're so far behind, like, the rest of the world already had this realization in the 60s that, like, it's not okay. Nuclear war is not okay.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we know what it does. We've seen the repercussions, and it's not something that we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they've come to that decision all together, and that's why you don't see it. Like, you can use bullets, you can use missiles, do not send a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
It's just not what you do. And now they have their shit, and they're like, we're about to use this shit. Like, what else are you going to do? You buy a new toy, you don't open it?
Yeah. That's real.
It's just for looks.
And it's like, this is their first time with it, so now, like, they do, it's kind of scary, but they would also, I don't know, I wonder if they did send a nuclear bomb, would America send a nuclear bomb back?
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to even think about, but it is. What you gonna do? Any new shows y'all been watching?
Oh, a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
You should get into Money Heist. Money Heist on Netflix. Yo, I'm not even gonna ruin it for you guys, but it's about how a group of people just walk into a printing facility, and they have the co-workers do all the work for them. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Would this happen to be do they print dead presidents there?
I'm leaving it up to you. I think you should watch that show.
It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
All right. Can I borrow your account?
No.
Right
You're not paying like $20 for like
you get
7 days. Hey, but yo, I live in a house full of like, I'm not the only person that has my Netflix account. My cousins have them, and like everyone's using it all at the same time. So it's like, it's either I open up the devices, and I'm on that shit all the time, though, you know what I'm saying? Altered Carbon is a very good show to watch.
Altered Carbon's a dope show.
Is that on Netflix also?
Yeah, Altered Carbon's on Netflix. Amazon Prime got this show, Electric Dreams. It's kind of like Black Mirror, basically, but like a little bit different.
Is it better than Black Mirror?
No. No, it's not better than Black Mirror. But
what's Black Mirror?
So Black Mirror is on Netflix. Black Mirror, you haven't seen it? I'm not
No.
So, but it's basically just like fictional, futuristic, standalone episodes where like just some weird shit happens.
Okay.
If I were you, I would watch, obviously, but watch episode 1 first.
Yep.
And there's gonna be a moment, and when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, this is what this thing was talking about." And there's gonna be a moment in the first episode where you're like, am I really watching this right now? And the answer is yes. But that's what happened to me. I was at home one day, I'm watching it, and I'm like, this shit really happened?
Black Mirror, say no more.
Yeah, it's a really good show. My girlfriend can't watch that shit. She gets scarred. She's like, no, that show hits a really sour patch for me. I'm like, hey, I don't care. It's real. It's a really good show.
Those seasons is dope.
What do you think about? Well, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it vague. What do you think about the new season?
I thought the new season was good. I feel like when you watch a good show and then like it's gone for a little bit,
It's that drop
something
off.
comes back. I don't know if I can't tell if it really dropped off or if like I was just so hyped about seeing it then that like it's just not gonna live up to the hype that I had. Like, I'm like, it's gonna be so good. I've been waiting for this.
So let me ask you, did you binge watch it, like the first season? And
No,
now you're
I binge watched the first 3 seasons.
okay. Now you're waiting, or all the episodes drop together on Netflix, so you don't have to wait then. All right.
But like then I waited for like 2 years, a year and a half. For the 4th season to drop. And the 4th season I thought was still good, but it's like that memory of how good the first 3 seasons were.
Yeah. That's
It was
pretty
dope, though.
That's pretty much it for shows. There's nothing else I can think of.
There's I've been watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Y'all seen that?
Nah, was
It's
that on
funny.
Netflix too?
Yeah, it's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's about this lady. She gets divorced and becomes a comedian. It's fucking hilarious.
Matter of fact, what's y'all top 3 shows like all time? Like,
Oh, I'm such an old cat. I would rather watch reruns of 90s hits.
House?
Nah, not even.
Full House.
I would do Fresh in my top
That is
3. Fresh Prince, Invader Zim, and probably.
Invader Zim.
That's pretty much it. It's just those two. Maybe I don't really watch TV like that.
You gotta have a 3rd show. Put something current.
Let me think. I'm gonna just be the cliche and say Rick and Morty.
Listen, it's crazy you said that. Like, I really watched my first episode of Rick and Morty last night, and that shit was fucking hilarious. That shit was hilarious. Like I thought I was like, and you know what I mean? It came on like 3 in the morning. I thought I was like, am I halfway tired? And like, am I really hearing this shit? And like, Logic was on. That's a good show. I'm definitely gonna watch it. What about you, Chad?
That's hard for me. I watch a bunch of shit and don't even remember it. But so of all time,
Yep.
Definitely fuck with the Fresh Prince.
Yep.
So you said not Fresh Prince, no Fresh Prince. You just said fuck Fresh Prince.
I said fuck with the Fresh Prince.
Oh, okay. I at least said fuck Fresh Prince. I was about to say you need to leave the room real quick. But
nah. Fuck with the Fresh Prince. Damn. Does Sunday Night Football count?
I mean, that's technically a show. It's technically a
Like,
show.
can I say Sunday Night Football? Greatest show on turf. And let's see, the 3rd show. Honestly, y'all gonna think I'm a weirdo, but Young Justice.
What's that?
Young Justice is a DC cartoon. It's about all like the young superheroes.
Like, come on, like
It's on Netflix.
Weirdo.
Like for kids or like?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I like cartoons, like, you know what I mean? But I didn't know, like, Young Justice, like...
The thing about that is he actually binge watches that.
Like, does it come on, like, 8 o'clock p.m. on a Friday night? Or does it come on,
yeah, it was like one of those.
Or like 10 a.m. on a Friday morning?
Nah, I don't actually know when it aired. I just caught it on Netflix.
Okay.
But, that shit's dope.
Okay.
That Justice League movie's coming out soon.
Speaking of comic book movies, did y'all catch Black Panther?
We can talk about that.
Yeah,
I want to know. I want to know what you think. What do you think?
Listen, I'm probably like the only, but I still haven't caught Black Panther yet. Like,
All right.
I'm slacking. I don't even want to watch it on bootleg. Like, I'm supposed to see it in the theaters like 6 times, and how y'all like it though?
You're not missing much.
That's how you felt?
That's exactly how I felt. You're not missing much.
You're the first person of color that said something like that.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I know. This is the second time I've gotten this in 2 days. No bullshit.
wow. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but Actually, I heard another black person say that it was kind of like it was good, but it wasn't like life changing. Like
Exactly.
every black person I've asked, they act like the movie's been life changing. Like,
yo, where were you when
what?
when before that movie came out, before the trailer came out? Where were you before then? You like exactly what we were saying. Like we have this whole month to ourselves, and a movie comes out, and I'm from Wakanda, Wakanda forever. Yada, yada. I'm like, no, you're actually from the mountains of like, whatever, Wanatuku or some shit like that. Like, nah, you can't say you're from Wakanda because Wakanda, like I said, is separate from the world.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, man. People were just like, oh yeah, nah, I fuck with them. I'm like, nah, you're wrong.
I think that. Oh, first of all, let me say that I love the movie. I love the movie as a fan of comic books. As a fan of comic books and comic book movies.
I
I
feel
love
like
the
they
movie
failed on that
in that stance. I
Failed?
think that that's rough. I think that it definitely got blown out of proportion and like sparked a lot of shit that it wasn't meant to. But I think that there was a lot that it was meant to spark. But I think that it definitely, it wasn't. I guess you know what? Every movie sets out to get you to think and try to build a social movement behind it, right? Yeah, that's the goal. So I mean, from a director's standpoint, from an acting standpoint, like that shit was amazing. They did what they set out to do.
Was it better than Dark Knight Rises? From a comic book perspective, like.
Nah.
All right.
Nah.
Because
I fuck with that.
right now, the thing about the movie is like they didn't even get Killmonger. Like I had to watch. Like
Well,
this
you can't just go and spoil it. He just said you never seen it. You know, people.
but it's a character that everyone should know, and as Black Panther, that's the origins of Black Panther. Like you can't sit here. Like have you read the comic books of Black Panther?
I can't. I'm a big comic book buff, but I've never really read Black Panther.
All right, I'm not gonna ruin it for you. I feel like what Marvel does most of the time is give you filler movies just for an actual bigger movie.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what this movie was. And that's why I don't like when how black people hyped it up. I understand that it's a predominantly like black cast, which is great. I am happy that happened. That is history in the making.
Yeah.
But it was over proportionate where people were not really looking at the actual art of the film. Like I felt like it was rushed. I felt like they were just like, nah.
I thought the film was done well.
It was done. It got enough information out, but at the same time, nah.
Man, I thought that the story was dope. Well, I mean, the thing about it is that it's Marvel Studios #1. It's based off of a comic book. Like, the story's already written.
Mm-hmm.
The story's already written. You're dealing with a bunch of people that know how to tell stories, and that's what they did. Like, you have your beginning, your middle, your end, and like it was a structurally sound film. The visuals were great.